Hey David, welcome back, buddy. Hey DJM, good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. All right. I'll be right back. Hold on. Forgot to take my pre-workout. Be right back. Peekaboo. All right. DGM, yes, they are from the one leg, yes. I absolutely hate kicking with my left hand, with my left leg. So I get it, it's not great. You're right there, but it is what it is. So yeah. So I was doing, every once in a while I'll try a switch kick, right? So this is my orthodox stance, right? Left in front. So we'll do a switch kick. But because my form is all off, like whenever I do a kick with my left hand, I end up just putting some weird tweak in my should be whatever this is, in my ankle. Yeah, it ends up kind of tweaking my ankle. So what I got to do is first practice just doing kicks in Southpaw stance. So instead of being orthodox, just switch it up and go Southpaw. So my right leg is up front, and then try to do roundhouse with my left leg, which is just super awkward for me, but that's kind of what I gotta train before I start to go back to like doing switch kicks, because until I can get sort of comfortable kicking with my left leg, the switch kicks are just not going to be effective. Yeah, so, you know, but I mean, I can practice that today. I think that's fine, as long as I take it easy. So not doing switch kicks, but going with my right leg up front, right? So Southpaw style, and then try to do round kicks, roundhouse kicks. And I know it's weird that I'm looking at the screen when I do those, but I'm observing my stance when I do that. I'm 48 years old. Whoever's asking. So right leg up front, maybe do a side step. All right. So for those of you who just joined, what I'm doing right now is I'm practicing my southpaw roundhouse kicks. So remember, if you're new here, remember that the stream inverts the image. This is actually my left hand. You see this as my right hand, but this is my left hand and this is my right hand. Okay, so normally I'm in sort of basic orthodox stance, and I definitely favor kicking with my right leg over here, right? So like, for me, that's my sweet spot. Where I often fail is kicking with my left leg, right? Trying to do a roundhouse kick with my left leg. So I'm just trying to practice that a little bit right now. And so instead of being in orthodox stance, I'm switching to southpaw stance, right? I mean, it's Muay Thai, so Muay Thai is for the most part, you know, but sort of relatively speaking, southpaw, and try to do roundhouse with my left leg. And then see if I can sort of bring my form to halfway decent by kicking with my left hand leg right here. So step to the side, roundhouse. Step to the side, roundhouse. Step to the side. Yeah. Yeah, David. Well, you know, you'll see. Like I've seen coaches say both, right? So ideally, it's a good idea to, when you kick, keep your guard up. But if you put a lot of power in a kick, and especially if you go high, you know, they do recommend sort of having one hand sort of act as counterbalance, right? But everything is a trade-off, right? So if you do this, you're kind of opening yourself up. At the same time, if you're nailing them with a kick, it's probably not going to be too much of a trouble, right? So, like, I try to keep my hands up whenever I do low roundhouse and then mid roundhouse. Like, if I bring the power on the mid roundhouse, then I might do a little bit of that, right? So, but sometimes I might actually keep it, right? So, like, both are valid, dude. Now, when I go for the head, I definitely do the counterbalance, right? So, right? So, I kind of do this when I go for the head, right? So, you know, and you can always sort of, at least if you have one hand up, you know, you're still protecting yourself a fair amount, right? So, yeah, so people will chime in and say one thing or the other. It's fine. You can explain to them that there's room for both approaches. So, oh, holy crap. Did somebody... Did somebody Did somebody really super chat me? Oh my, Astro, did you super chat me $50 US? Dude, holy crap, man. Thank you. Wow. You're my personal Santa Claus, buddy. Yeah, I will definitely get me a nice dinner. That's awesome. David. I'll do like ASMR of me eating the steak and like making like faces like oh. It could get weird. But anyway, Astro, thank you, buddy. Wow. That's super nice, man. Get it. Wow. Yeah, this is the biggest amount of money anybody's ever dropped on me. So y'all just witnessed history being made. That's really cool. I appreciate it, you know. Alright, back to Southpaw. So, right leg up front, side step, roundhouse. Yeah, it's so awkward. Oh, my ankle. Yeah. Man, do I hate kicking with my left leg. Yeah. Do I point? Is it what? Do I pivot the front foot before kicking? Yeah. Yeah, so when doing a roundhouse, pivoting your front foot, right? So here's my, so this is my left foot, right? So when I start, I'm in this position. And so to get more power, I might do a little step to the side so I can have more power in my rotation. But then when I end my kick and my leg hits the bag, my foot ends up in this position, right? And so that's so that my foot doesn't fight what my hips are doing. So you start here and then you end here, right? And so you might do a little bit of a hop when you do the kick, so it's easier to, you know, less rug burning to go whoop like that. So front and then wham, right? And so from the hips, you start here and then your hips sort of end up facing the back, right? So you go from bladed to facing the bag, I guess. So here, I'll show you. So here my front foot is facing the bag, right? But when I'm done, it's gonna face away from the bag. So just watch my front foot, right? Like this foot right here, watch it. Okay, so you see how my toes are now pointing that way, right? My hips are pointing here, right? So my hips go from pointing this way to pointing that way. And so my front foot is doing the same, right? My toes start by pointing this way, and then when I'm done, they point the other way, right? So it's really just to drive your entire hip rotation through the target. Right, so right, so you see my hips and then you see my foot pointing that way, right? It makes sense, like your body wants to do that, right? If your hips go from facing this way to facing that way, if your foot doesn't follow, you're basically gonna cause tension on your knees, right? And you're gonna mess up your knees really badly. So you really wanna facilitate everything in your body to help your hips go from facing this way to facing that way at the end of the round kick. So, right? Anyway, I hope that makes sense. So the cat, all right, here we go. Yeah, I don't know about the oblique kick. Forgot what that one is. I've seen this referred as the oblique kick. You basically, it's kind of how you go for somebody's knee, basically. But yeah, somebody wants combos. Yeah. Jab, cross, jab, teep, flying knee, uppercut, straight. Rear teep. Alma, I don't know what you're saying. David, no, I can't. So, I cannot make the bag fall on the roundhouse, right? I can make it move, but I can't make it fall. I can only make it fall when on kicks where I use my whole body weight, right? So like a teep, for example, I can knock that one out all day. Or a spinning back kick, that uses my whole body weight as well. I can even knock it down with a front teep, like a jumping front teep. It falls down a bit more slowly, but it does. And then I can knock it down with like a rear leg side kick as well, right? So the kinetics of a rear leg side kick and a rear leg teep are very similar, because on both I kind of start here. On the teep, I just kind of thrust forward, but on the side kick, I just rotate my body. So I start up here, and then I rotate and kick it. But in either case, I'm using my full body weight to displace the bag. But when I do a roundhouse, like, I can definitely make it feel it, but it's still not my full body weight, right? It's maybe like a third of my body weight. No, I never do headbutts. So, the flying knees are interesting as well. So, like, I don't knock the whole bag over though. Another flying knee. Yeah, they're push leg kicks, yep. Yeah. Yeah, the ones that will knock the bag over, for the most part, are like push energy. Yeah. Now, on the same kicks, whether it's a teep or a side kick, I can switch it up from like a push energy to more of like a jab energy, right? People often sort of criticize my teeps because they're more like pushes, whereas they're supposed to be more like jabs. I get it, but I've seen coaches kind of say that there's room for both. So it kind of depends on what your goal is. Hey, Dark Eyes, yeah, you probably gave the guy a concussion too. Headbutts are no joke, man. Yeah. So, like if I adjust my range, right? So if I do a teep and I'm pretty close, it's definitely going to be a push teep. But if I step back a little bit, it's more going to be like a jab, right? So. And again, it depends on what you're trying to achieve, right? So I like to push energy with a bag because it feels very cathartic, right? You get to feel like Leonidas, you know, in Sparta 300 and be like, this is Sparta, and then you just knock the bag over, right? It kind of feels nice. Now, in a fight, like, I don't know, right? I do like the pushing angle because that kind of puts some distance between you and the opponent, right? So whether you push yourself off of them or you push them off of you, either way, you're kind of creating distance there, right? And the nice thing about those teeps is that you don't have to be all that good to kind of do something effective, right? So they're pretty simple to execute, and they'll put some distance between you and your problem, right? So. Yeah. Not to mention, like I teach my daughters, you know, I'm like, if, you know, somehow you're getting in trouble and you need to get out of the way, right? Just kick the nuts, right? Kick the knees, but a little teep to the nuts, you know, does a buddy good, right? Like, bam, cop shot. So, you know, I don't care what kind of guy it is. If the guy doesn't know how to block it, he's gonna have to regroup after taking a teep to the groin, right? So. It's like, hey buddy, hey, relax. Oh yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask when it comes to losing weight. So you definitely want to ask people who know their stuff, like a nutritionist. You know, start with your doctor, right? Start with your general practitioner, and then they will make some recommendations that make sense for you, and they might refer you to, you know, a nutritionist, a fitness coach. Usually they know people, right? And so, but I would start there. Like for me, it's a struggle, right? Managing my weight has always been a struggle. And it's just, it's kind of a crapshoot for me. So that's why I don't like to give other people advice. All right, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back, all right? All right, be right back. Whoa. Okay. Bro, I'm back. Yeah, sleep, getting good sleep is very important to managing your weight. So, you gotta settle on a diet that makes sense for you. You gotta work out and you gotta get sleep, right? Now, between those three things, there's a lot of variations for every person. And so that's kind of why I do recommend, asking your doctor first and then see if they can refer you to a nutritionist and or a fitness slash nutritionist coach, right? So Hey Dylan. Yeah. So, first thing first, the stream inverts the image. So this is my left hand, this is my right hand. So people watch me and they're like, hey, are you in Southpaw? And I'm like, no, no, no. I'm just orthodox, right? So left, right, right? So left jab, right cross. That's it. But I avoid striking with my left arm because I pulled muscles here a few weeks back and it's just taking forever to heal. So I just try to not strike with my left arm, and that's kind of why I only put a glove on my right hand, just to remind myself to not hit the bag with my left hand. So yeah, David just explained it. Oh, thanks, Dylan. Appreciate it. Yeah, you're right, Dylan. And this one is definitely lingering. So, and you know, you add old age on top of that, and it's always a recipe for struggle. So, oh, thanks, Dark Eyes. I appreciate it, buddy. Oh, really? Steve Austin is okay. Well, that's good. Good for him. Dylan, yeah, yeah, that had to suck, man. Yeah, and when these injuries happen, it sucks because it just throws your whole workout routine kind of off kilter, right? Like all your training workout that you usually do is just now you just kind of have to adapt to doing different things, and it's but yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so you meant me. Okay, I get it. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, I've had just about every kind of bald white dude, you know, resemblance. From Butterbean to Bill Burr to Dana White to Joe Rogan, Stone Cold, some British soccer player. I get them all, so I get it. You know, we all look the same. But yeah, Dylan. Yep, you're right. Yep. All right. again. Awesome. Why are we gay? I don't know, buddy. But being gay is a beautiful thing. Happy Pride Month to all my LGBTQIA+ brothers and sisters. So keep shining, all right? All right. If it's one dude. On a fait 4-13. Oh. Oh. 14, 14. Ouais. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I'm starting to get tired. Huh. Alright. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Bro. À votre santé, les amis. Oh. All right. Oh. Wow. Ah. Yikes. Ah. Yeah, I'm getting gassed. Welcome back, David. Well, I'm glad you got your Wi-Fi sorted, good buddy. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Oh. I'm at 735 right now. I'm gonna try and get like 840. So another $100. That's kind of how I track my goal every time. So. It just gets exponentially harder to bring it toward the end of the workout. Oh, DJM, that sucks, buddy. Well, you seem to be doing okay now. Okay. All right. Game face. 11 et 7, 18. Nice. Oh, I'm tired. Come on. Douze et 8, 20. Nice. No, it's good. I've had plenty of water. Yeah. No, David, I'm good. I'm good, buddy. I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry. I make it look more painful than it actually is. But I appreciate your concern, though. I mean, I feel you. It doesn't look or sound great, for sure. It's like, what's happening to him? Oh. I gotta tell my wife tonight that I just made 50 bucks on YouTube. I don't know how to put this, but that makes me kind of a big deal, you know? Yeah, David, but no, thanks. I appreciate it, man. That's right. I'm gonna be eating steak for dinner. I'm gonna go to the butcher shop and I'm gonna be like, that cow over there in the corner, give it to me. All right, I'm just about done. I'm waiting for my last few calories to burn. All right, I just made goal. All right. I'm calling it a day. All done. This is American Sign Language for all done. when our daughters were little, before they could speak, we put them in front of these DVDs called Baby Signing Time, and so it would teach them how to sign language to us, whatever they wanted. And so that's a known thing, like when you have very young kids, before they develop the ability to speak, most of them can actually communicate what they want, what they need through sign language. And so that was pretty fun. Of course, now my daughters are teenagers, so they forgot all of that. And we forgot most of it too. But those were fun though. Highly recommend for those of you who have niece and nephews or young kids. Sign language is a great skill to have overall, because it also gives you the ability to communicate with a whole lot more people too. So. Oh no, I just spilled water on my carpet. Oh. Well, it's Texas, so I imagine it'll be dry by tomorrow. Oh, thanks, David. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna rest now. This is good. So yeah, 74-minute workout, and I just burned 860 active calories, and my heart rate is down to 130. So I look at the differential between the first two numbers, right? So 74 per minute, right? It means that in 74 minutes, I'll have burned 740 calories. But when that number is higher than that, then it tells me that I'm above my average, basically. Intensity in the workout. So, 120 heart rate, 130 heart rate. Yeah, I mean, like when I'm in the intense workout, right, and I'm getting out of breath, my heart rate will go over 160, and then when I'm in recovery mode, it'll go down to like 130 to 120. So my resting heart rate, like when my heart rate when I sleep, it actually goes below 60 beats per minute. And then when I'm during the day, like if I'm just kind of chilling out and resting, my heart rate will be like 62, 63 beats per minute. So my resting heart rate for a dude my age is actually not bad. So yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody hanging out. So I'm gonna call it a night. And I'm gonna get some good rest. So, all right, everybody, have a good night.